Ladies and gentlemen, we will kick off the action in Greco-Roman at 87 kilos. Wearing the red, representing the Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, Joe Rao.
Let's see.
And wearing the blue, representing Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, Ben Provisor.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Final X Rutgers.
What is she saying?
We have our first two competitors to the mat. They're already smiling at each other. We've been smiling at each other all morning waiting for this one. I am Dane Lobdell, a.k.a. the Wrestling Nomad. Joining me today will be Andrew Spey.
Howdy, Nomad. How
we got
are
our
you
wrestlers. Let's get it going, buddy. I got to tell you, Spey, I'm pretty excited for this one. These two guys, they mentioned in the press conference yesterday, they've wrestled about 20, 25 times. And good contrast to styles. And I'm trying to figure out, Spey, what does Joe Rao have on his socks here?
Yeah, that's a good question, Nomad. Coming out with a strong
we can search the last word, just so this party's being touched on.
It's a picture of a bald-headed man. I don't think it's Willie, but we'll have to figure that out later. Get some intel at some point. In the meantime, they are going chest-to-chest pummeling. We knew this was going to happen early. Rao with the height advantage, but Provisor packs a punch. So we'll see how he's able to neutralize
search the first and last name.
Rao's height and reach.
Now, I'm trying to remember. I don't believe I saw Provisor with that knee pad on either, so I'm not sure if that's going to maybe impact his ability to drive through here. That's Provisor, you know, he's kind of, he'll start marching into the edge. So kind of maybe something to keep an eye on going forward. Rao obviously representing Titan Mercury, and then he was with Minnesota Storm for a while, now back home with Chicago RTC. With Robbie Smith, you can hear him, I'm sure.
Good snap down by Provisor, got Rao stepping.
Great stuff, boys.
Now they're back into collar ties. They like to bang.
And Spade, we're getting close here to having a guy go down.
Passivity on Provisor is the first one, and that's an automatic point for Rao. So unlike freestyle in Greco-Roman, if you get banged for passivity and there's no scores in the first period, you automatically give them a point, and the person that your opponent gets the option to put you down on the mat, which is what Rao did.
That is correct, Spade. You can only have one person go down per period, so we'll only see one this period. And Rao kind of trying to pick a side here, going right. There was no turns in their open semifinal.
That's right. It was a 1-1 match, but between these two guys, you can have 1-1 matches, and you can have double-digit points for both of them. And that's what happens when you are so familiar with your opponent. You never know at this point what's going to happen. So just the point, unable to get the turn, is Rao. They're going to go back up to their feet, and we'll see if Provisor can get on the board going forward.
And what I'm going to try and do here, Spade and I are going to try to keep track of the time spent on top here. We're going to get a little more time in Greco than they are in freestyle. You know, sometimes in freestyle, guys, we brought back up 5-6 seconds here. But I'll tell you, Spade, the way these two are pummeling, we might see some points here early on.
Yeah, another nice snap. You heard Robbie Smith in the corner for Rao saying nice snap. He's got Provisor step a little bit, and you can definitely get to those snaps easier when you have the height advantage. Provisor now getting low, digging.
They can't be charged depending what they're asking about.
Another thing that's so interesting for me about these guys is the way that they're when they're throwing their underhooks.
Immediately and tell me do they have a monthly or a year
for that space on the back. Provisor was kind of hanging on the scapula, and then Rao coming back through here. Rao with the lefty collar tie now, kind of the light underhook on the right side. We got 25 seconds to go here.
Provisor's going to have to watch out. He can't bury his head. I mean, obviously, with a taller opponent, you're naturally going to go in there, but you will get banged for passivity.
I'm thinking that, but yet, if we update it, they won't be able to update it. Once they update it, I don't think it's going to change in our system.
Wants to see guys go.
I don't want to give them access for a day.
Absolutely right. Like Spade mentioned, these two can go double digits or they can go 1-1. Right now, we're looking at a potential 1-1 coming to the mat for Provisor. We got Cale Sanderson and Casey Cunningham and then Matt Storniolo and Robbie Smith.
They go on account
Joe Rao.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both of these guys have long histories. They've both been in the game for about 10 years, so they've seen each other so many times. But they've also made world teams. Provisor was a 2012 Olympian, came from Northern Michigan, was one of the early graduates from that program, and took a circuitous route, was wrestling in a barn with Pat Downey, and now, like 2 years ago, and is now at the Nittany Wrestling Club, one of the most well-resourced clubs in America. And as they go back to action as the second period gets underway.
And great stuff there on the the wrestling in the barn, and obviously Downey here now, and a lot of these guys are going to have kind of maybe interesting stories right in Provisor with the Northern Michigan. We're going to see a lot of those guys as we get through both parts of Final X. But we're already seeing a little bit more picked up in action here in the first 20 seconds.
Yep.
And it was Provisor going down in the first one. So we'll see if Rao gets put down. They'll probably give him about another 30 seconds or so. You can already see the official talking to him, say, hey, we got to get a guy put down here. But one thing different about Greco, though, they don't always kind of go off and on like they do in freestyle, where one guy goes on the clock one period and one guy goes on the clock in the other. In this case, that is the case here.
That is what happened. Rao's going to go down. Provisor's going to put him down. He picks up the point and now leads via criteria. They both have 1 point, and so it's whoever scored last is going to win on criteria if this is how the scores hold. But Provisor's got a chance here to pull away and get a couple more points on the board if he can get a turn here from Parterre.
Absolutely. And kind of looking through Greco, most guys will line up on the right side there to try and get started. Provisor trying to come through. Now, you got to be wondering
Rao
here.
is not opening. He could get a hit for another warning here.
Is he going to go caution in two? We haven't seen it offered yet, but Rao is a little kind of turtled up here.
His right hand is underneath his belly, and now with the front headlock is Provisor. He's working that leverage from that position. He's coming close. Rao trying to be heavy, trying to sink that chest down. And Provisor's going to run out of time. He still leads by that criteria factor. When we go back up to their feet, we'll see if Rao can get something going. He was trying to be active at the start of the second.
Let me double check.
He's going to have to be active again now, regardless.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to worry about a passivity point, but he doesn't have to worry about losing the match.
And I kind of like that they put him down early in the period to kind of let him play out. Opposite of how the open went, where Rao won by having Provisor put down the second. You see Kale there and
leaning back, trying to will your wrestler to do something from the corner. It's tough, especially in Greco-Roman when you have two evenly matched wrestlers. Another snap down from Rao. He hasn't been able to get anything off that snap down, but he has gotten Provisor stepping and off balance. This looks to be perhaps his best chance. Provisor's folded up like a taco at this point.
And of course, we got Rao driving through here. I was about to say, Kale doesn't say much in the corner. We got Robbie talking more than enough for all four coaches.
Robbie Smith is a vocal coach. He will let you know what he thinks while he is encouraging his wrestler and shouting out moves and technique. A snap right into almost a high dive. Rao putting pressure on. Provisor, though, so strong.
That would be a heck of a chest lock if Rao been able to do it. All right, so we got 33 seconds left here. Rao needs to press forward. Any point here will put him in the lead. He can go step out, he go take down. I'd like to see him maybe try for an arm drag or maybe go arm throw here, something to kind of get Rao off base. He's going to have trouble maybe going misdirection here.
Yeah, good job by Provisor. He's not really blocking off. His right arm is in there, switches off to the underhook, so you can't just block in defense. You will get called on that. The refs are very keen on making sure there's no negative wrestling. With less than 10 seconds to go, Rao's running out of time in there, just a bulldozer. And Provisor goes flying off the mat with 4 seconds on the board. That should definitely do it for Rao. An explosive attack at just the right time. A clutch, just bulldoze, just straight on push, and Provisor knows that's it. Rao's going to take the first bout. Did you see how much power Rao got?
I was wondering maybe were they going to give him a 2 or a 4 there because Provisor rolled all the way off the stage.
He's almost somersaulted off his back, so that's how much strength. You see these guys are specimens. Everybody at the Greco level at this stage is going to be huge. So first bout goes to Rao, and we're going to take a quick break and come back with more action at Final X Rutgers.